Howdy, 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 back at it again. Long time no talk. I was taking a little bit of a break from content creation while I focused on finishing up the first draft of the first book that I've ever written. Was super challenging, was super fun. But this video is going to focus on burnout, strings, and sequences. I know it's something that it seems like I talk about a lot, but it's something that I'm really interested in. I'm going to start by showing a clip of me landing this in a couple different matches, and then we're going to go over what the sequence is. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I block an EX headbutt, and that's -20. I need to do a bigger punish here, but that's kind of outside the point. So this is a really not a great combo. I go for the reset here, and I'm going to go into another towards heavy kick. He mashes level 1. I'm really happy with that, because to me, I'm like, okay, if I make him block anything, I'm going to win, pretty much. He does this. I go for this charge heavy. This charge like Gladius. He could jump this. He couldn't jump and punish it, because that's one of the things in Burnout, but whatever. He could jump this, but as soon as he's blocked this now, I'm in a really good spot. So I go for a heavy punch. This would trade with lights, but I'd be able to combo it. Then I'm into +6. I do crouch medium punch, drive rush, towards heavy kick, heavy Superman, jab, jab, DI. That was completely unavoidable. Okay, let's get into the next example. So here we are with example 2. I'm just going to go over the whole round just to kind of show you how quickly this can happen. This is round 3. They spent meter to win the last round, right? So drive reversal. So they're down 2 bars. Then they do a drive rush cancel into a combo. And then they swing with DI. And they get punish countered. And at this point, I think it's guaranteed that I win the round. Now, from the sequence that I do and that they do, there were some things that could have been better. So, like, if they would have just held down back here, they would have lived, but we do towards heavy kick, medium Superman, crouch medium punch, drivers cancel, heavy Superman, back heavy punch, into DI, and GG. So a couple things I want to note here. I did not have level 3 when this all started. This whole sequence builds over an entire bar. We can turn on the frame meter if you want to see. There, that would have beat buttons. That would counter hit them. 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 This does catch their jump out, and then that trades with the jab, and away we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the sequence back in the lab. Back in the lab, and I just want to show this off. You see, I don't have level 3. He's got no meter. I gave him just a little bit of drive recovery already happening, just so you're not like, oh, this has to be the exact optimal situation. He's cherry picking. I promise I'm not. This stuff is very strong. Not all that common at like the highest level. Sorry, gold banks, if you're hoping to steal more tech. Not going to happen for you in this video probably, but this is really applicable for people, I would say, below, I don't know, below 1700 for sure, because I still run into people that burn themselves out kind of recklessly. So here it is. So we have, this is the basic sequence. Okay. It relies on the fact that crouch medium punch canceled into drive rush into towards heavy kick is a frame trap when they're in burnout. And then if we go into heavy Superman punch, once again, frame trap in burnout. Okay, and then we can convert off of if any of those hits happen to combo or anything like that, we're perfectly fine. So if I land something like this, whoops. And let me actually save the state there. So you'll see that is going to hit meaty. Let's just prove it. Right? And then we just go into it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I can't do a DP. Sorry, different controller. Boom. Boom. And notice he doesn't recover his drive gauge. Boom. Boom, boom. Into back heavy punch into heavy Gladius. And I think you'll be surprised to see that is in fact a KO, even off of just a medium punch starter because he happened to get hit, right? So we're able to convert off of it. Like, okay, what if he doesn't get hit by that? What if he mashes on block? How do you convert if they mash on block? Dash into charge, right? You do forward dash into charge heavy punch, right? And there, you know, he was mashing on block again. And if they do that, then you don't even need the meter, right? Then they just die if they get hit twice. But this also works against back recovery. Whoops. So if I have him back rise, and then he gets hit by this still catches him down. He's still in range for all this stuff. And then you see you're fine, okay? And I can have him mash on a bunch of different parts of this. So what if he mashes after this? Well, then you got a couple options. You can either go into medium. That was the wrong thing to do. But you can either go into medium Superman for the combo. Boom. Can I get a GG's? Right, and obviously cancel him level 3 and he's dead. Or, if you don't want to have to worry about confirming this at all, you just still go into heavy Superman punch. Right? And you're fine. And again, it really doesn't matter how late they mash. Right? You can always convert into high damage. So something I want to show off mid-screen is you can basically one-touch characters if they have less than like half of their drive gauge recovered, and you block something that gives you a big combo. So let's take a look at that. So here you see he's got a little bit of drive left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that's really common from Marisa and Burnout. And I'm going to drive rush into medium punch target combo. Just do it empty, okay, to bait the super. And you see I'm not even parrying here. And what you'll notice is this does a grip of damage. It built me an entire bar. It didn't build him an entire bar. And that was basically a 10,000 damage combo, right? Where you don't need to have level 3, right? We went over in a previous video how to burn them out, like if you, or how to guarantee stuns if you, burn them out with level 3. But here it's like, okay, what if I don't have level 3? What if I burn them out some other way, or they burn themselves out, and then they don't have any meter left? Right? Well, even if you do something like this, like say I'm able to parry here, and I don't know how minus this is, and I just do like a very basic thing, like this. Okay. You can still just about KO them. That wouldn't have quite killed him. But you can still just about KO him. Even if you aren't quite sure how minus it is. Even if you're doing stuff like this. Right? So you can deal a ton of damage even from smaller starters. And again, this is, this would one-touch Akuma. This one-touch is basically every character in the game. I mean, look how little health they have left. If you hit them with anything in the round before this, they're going to die. Hopefully this is helpful. As always, have a good time.